Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have Chanel's new spring collection, and I don't have just one, but both of the palettes that were released in this collection. They are so stunning. I could not help myself, and I can't wait to review it for you because I was able to create this gorgeous look using both of these palettes, and I certainly feel that this collection is so worth it, so stunning, and I believe that you guys will love it as well. So be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell to get notified when I upload new videos. Okay, let's get into this new spring collection by Chanel. Chanel definitely surprised us with an unexpected spring collection this year. We were all thinking that this is going to be the spring collection for 2023. Little did we know that Chanel had a very different collection in mind. And I can't say that I am upset with the collection because this was definitely a very nice surprise from Chanel and very unique, which is very surprising because Chanel doesn't really do unique or different very often because they are the traditional type of brand, the go-to type of brand for both fashion and makeup that always just looks very pretty, but this time they went for unique. They released two different palettes. One of them is a lighter and the other is a darker tone, and they were very similar in tones but different enough for me to purchase both. Let's start with the lightest of the two palettes. Now this one is a eyeshadow and blush palette, so you can basically use it all over the face, and look how large it is. This time they made it into an eyeshadow and a blush palette, and I absolutely love them. They are just so stunning, and honestly I hope that the camera is picking them up because in reality these shades are just perfect everyday go-to shades. Daytime, nighttime, you can use these so much, and I feel like these colors are just flattering on everybody. If I was to choose just one palette, it would have been this one. This one I feel like would be perfect for a light to medium skin tones. It's absolutely stunning. It has the darker shade, which can really be used to contour as the outer corner type of shade, even as a blush. Honestly, all of these can be used as a blush, although actually with this shade right over here, this is more of a highlight shade. It is a peach tone shade, and it's just, oh, these shades are stunning. And then we have these two shades here. This is more of a brown-like shade, so I would definitely use this one as a contour. You could even use this as a blush during the fall season, and this is why I love these palettes so much. I just feel like you can use them year-round, and given that they are so large, you honestly would want to use it because this palette is a whopping $90, so that is a lot for a palette. But given that the pan size is pretty large, the colors are very standard for year-round use, I think that they are worth it, especially if you are a Chanel fan. Out of this palette, I particularly really love this shade right over here in the corner. This is a peach-like shade, but this one would be beautiful as a flush of color as an eyeshadow, and then use it as a blush. And then the Baume Essential, which I also purchased out of this collection, use that for your lips and you're good to go for the day. This is the lightest of the two palettes that just was released for the spring of 2023, and this one is in Tendresse. Just such a beautiful eyeshadow and blush palette. Here's swatches of the palette. Even though it looks very pigmented in the pan, they are very flattering and actually not as pigmented when worn. So I am quite happy with that as well. But they are still pigmented enough for a little bit to go a long way. Now for the second palette. This one is called Caracter. Also an eyeshadow and a blush palette in the larger size palette. Honestly, Chanel has never done this before. I have been collecting Chanel now for over 15 years, and they've never come out with anything like this. So this was quite unique. As a Chanel lover and collector, I just had to purchase both of them. Now, would I recommend that you purchase both? Absolutely not. You do not need both of these palettes. They are close enough for you to just purchase one. I feel that if you have a darker skin tone, medium to dark, this one would be perfect for you. However, if you do have light to medium, then the Tendresse is the one to go for. You do not need to purchase both. This palette has a gorgeous gold shade. You just put a close-up of that. I mean, look at that gold. Just imagine this as an inner corner shade for nighttime. Absolutely stunning. The other three shades are quite dark, reminiscent of the fall season. I think this is a perfect fall palette, even though it can also be used year round. But if you have a light to medium skin tone, you will appreciate this palette through and through. You have the gorgeous brown shade. This is perfect as a contour shade. And then these two shades. This is more of a maroon shade, my favorite color as an eyeshadow palette. Just so pretty. I can imagine even during the winter time applying this one all over, and as a blush, applying a very nice kind of darker lipstick, and you're good to go. And then we have this beautiful red shade. Now this is very reminiscent of the older Chanel type of palettes where they always came out with these gorgeous red shades that looked pretty scary in the pan, but when you apply them and sheer them out, they just look so flattering. And this is Caracter swatched. As you can see, definitely a little bit darker than Tendresse, and just so stunning. Look at that gold shade. It is just so pretty. Side by side of both palettes, the top is Tendresse and the bottom is Caracter. As you can see, they are fairly similar, so you definitely do not need to purchase both of them. As part of the collection, we also have a Baume Essential, and this is a multi-use stick, so you can use it as an eyeshadow, a blush, or even a lip gloss. And the shade was just so gorgeous. Now, normally I don't purchase these, but I thought that this looked beautiful with the collection. I thought perhaps I would use this as a blush and then apply the powder on top. And I just think that it would be such a beautiful combo. It's also very easy for a day-to-day type of use. So I can't wait to use this. Let's go ahead and swatch this. Oh my, look at that. That is really pigmented. And it is actually balmy, so really pretty. That is the Baume Essential swatched. As you can see, it is very pigmented. All right, so I can't wait to try all of these on. So let's zoom you guys in and let's try out these palettes. I do have both palettes next to me just because I am going to mix and match. So let's see. I think I am going to go in. Now this is the Caracter, and I'm going in with this gorgeous brown shade. And I'm just going to use that as a transition. Now, even though this is the darkest palette, as you can see, it really isn't as dark as you might think. I have to use this red shade, so I am going to use this as my outer corner shade. I'm going to pick up a little bit more of that red shade, and I'm just going to add it right underneath. Look at how pretty that is. Going into the Tendresse palette, I think I want to pick up this shade here, and I'm just going to go ahead and break up that red and just apply this in the middle. And then with whatever I have on the brush, I am just going to go ahead and blend all of those shades together. These palettes blend beautifully. I have to use this gorgeous gold shade, and I'm just going to add that into my inner corner. Ooh. All right, that was more pigmented than expected. Very pretty though. I just put some eyeliner and mascara off camera, and that is the finished eye look. Very pretty. Definitely my favorite type of shades as eyeshadows. I am in love with this collection. Now let's go ahead and apply some blush. So I think I'm going to apply some of the Baume Essential and then add some of the powder on top. All right, so I'm just going to add just a little bit. Just going to blend it in with my beauty blender. I have to admit, not my favorite. So, I don't know that I like this as a blush. I can hardly really even see the color. Okay, not a fan. So I definitely would skip this out of the collection. It does add some warmth and hydration to my cheeks, but I definitely feel like this would be a pass for me. I'm going to blend these two shades from the Tendresse palette, and I'm going to use that right on top as a blush. Okay, now that is very pretty. These palettes are gorgeous. Yeah, I would definitely pass on the Baume Essential. I think that the powder is just enough, and just applying the powder on its own as a blush, I think it would look so much prettier. But these are just gorgeous. I love using an eyeshadow and a blush together with the same type of shades and tones. I have been loving those big palettes like by Charlotte Tilbury, and even the new Dior palette. I've been really using it both as a blush and an eyeshadow. I just really love using even one color as an eyeshadow all over and then applying that as a blush. That has been my go-to makeup look lately. For lips, I'm using the Rouge Allure Velvet out of the Spring collection. This one is in shade 64 Eternal, and I've really been loving this shade. And that is the finished makeup look. What do you guys think? I definitely think that it is stunning. Both palettes are beautiful, and I'm just so happy with this collection. You will definitely get a ton of use out of both of these palettes. They are stunning as blush shades and certainly as eyeshadow shades as well. I think both of these palettes are so versatile. They can certainly be used as blushes, and they look so stunning, and definitely as eyeshadows. And they are a one and go, so you don't necessarily have to use all of the shades on your eyes, although they certainly do blend very beautifully together. As I mentioned, you do not need to purchase both of these, but I definitely would recommend that you at least purchase one because they are very unique, they are limited edition, and they're just stunning. This collection will be out at the beginning of March, both online at Chanel.com as well as Chanel boutiques. They were available for a limited time at the beginning of this month, February, in boutiques only if you asked for them, but now they are only available at the beginning of March. As for the Baume Essential, I will definitely use it more as a lip tint throughout the day. I think it would look very pretty and very hydrating, but I would certainly say that go ahead and pass up on this one. I don't think it's worth it. I didn't really like it very much as a blush, and I would certainly don't think that I would apply this as an eyeshadow. I just don't feel like it's for me, and I definitely would recommend that you don't purchase this per se, but if you are a fan of the Baume Essentials, it is a very pretty color, and I think you would really enjoy it. But for me, I think that I definitely regret purchasing this. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I certainly did enjoy reviewing this collection. Chanel has always been my favorite to review for you, so I hope you guys are enjoying this content as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.